Hi, everyone. So, welcome to the platform. Basically, when you come into the platform and you'll land here, which is the live feed page. And from here, you can see the news where people are tripping to. You can see what's happening on our Facebook pages, the events that are coming up. This is basically just a standard live feed with everything that's going on within the network. Where I'm going to start before we do anything is your profile. So, up here where your photo is, you're going to click on My Profile. And here you'll see you've got you sort of your 5 tabs here. So the profile info is where all of your data is effectively stored, right? So if we were to look at this is my profile, obviously. So when we click up here on edit, you'll see that all of this information comes out. So birth date, everyone knows how old I am now. Your sex, birth date, where you were born, all that sort of stuff. So you want to make sure you go in there and you complete that information because it gets a little bit hidden in there. Basically, every section has its own pencil. So your citizenship, where you live, your professional status. So all of this stuff it basically defines how people can search for you. So this status is something that we so if you, for example, if I was Colombian as well, which I'm not, but let's just say for the purposes of this particular activity I am, I'm just going to type in Colombian and I'll put it there. If I want to change, what you can also choose whether you want that to be visible to everyone or visible to admin only or visible to your favorite users. Visible to admin only basically means that we can then use it to ensure that you're notified of things from the back end. When we send out mail outs, we'll send it to, say, all Colombians. And so you'll be on that mailing list. But anyone that's coming through and looking at your profile won't necessarily be able to see it. So you've got that ability to change things there. I'm going to keep it visible for all users. Also in your status, some of you, and there are a lot of people out there that obviously wear multiple hats in life. If you're interested in receiving information as an entrepreneur, if you're a journalist, if you're a recruiter, if you're an academic, whatever you might be, if you want to enter that in as your status, you can be multiple things. So I'm going to put entrepreneur there, so I get listed as an entrepreneur as well. And I'm also going, I'm not going to put an academic because I'm not. But if you were a researcher, for example, you would put down academic, and that enables people to reach out to you for research collaboration opportunities, for example. So we'll put that there. If you want to load your CV, again, you can choose whether it's going to be visible to all users, visible to admin only, or just visible to your favorites. And that basically just ensures that we have those, if we get contacted about opportunities or if we're asked to reach out, that we can find your CV easily. So that's the top section. So we're just going to save that. I will eradicate myself as a Colombian just momentarily. So save. And then we're going to scroll down and look at what's happening down here. So this is the summary. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure it's bringing this summary over from LinkedIn anymore. It's bringing certain information over from LinkedIn. I'm not sure whether it's still doing this, but if it's not, basically just, copy paste your summary from LinkedIn in over here, which industry that you're involved with here again, you can enter. What am I going to put? I might put education management, let's just say that. Digital, anything in digital? No. Okay, so broadcast media. Now this list is pulled over from LinkedIn, this list of industries. If you feel like there's need for us to update that industry list, we can do that. So for now, if you're not seeing your industry in here, please send us an email, support@somos21.org, and let us know, because we can configure the list that's appearing here. Same goes with skills. This was originally brought over from LinkedIn. And so I'm going to save that change. I've just added education management. Actually, I might pull that out because that's not necessarily true. Save, but that's how easy it is to just add things in there. And every section, there's a pencil for you to add more information. So I'm going to put here innovation, see if that comes up. This will search. Okay, so we have customer-driven digital innovation. Okay, yeah, let's put that one there. Okay, save. And so this is basically where you go to update all of your skills and all of the industry. Everything that you want to be found by is here. So when someone goes to send out a notification and they want to notify everyone that knows something about, in this case, let's say human rights and corporate sustainability, they will find me because that they are my skill sets. And same goes for you. Whatever your specific skills are, get really clear on what they are and enter them in. Again, if you feel like you have a skill that isn't listed, please just send us an email at support@somos21.org. Here are all your various emails and your contacts. Again, you can choose who it's visible to. Well, this is obviously visible to all of you because I'm sharing it with all of you. But here you put all of your handles, your Twitter, website, if you have one, your LinkedIn, all of this information you put in here, your phone. Again, you can choose absolutely how visible you want this information to be. We also encourage you to select here whether, and this is more for your engagement with the community, if you're interested in being a mentor, if you're interested in our social impact initiatives, or if you're interested in volunteering and potentially joining one of our chapter teams or our senior management team. So make sure that you select those, and there will be additional ones potentially added in here as we develop. So always check back in. So I'm just going to save those now. And then down here we have more information about work eligibility, language proficiency. All of this is super easy to fill out. It basically just gives us an indication of, okay, what level is your English at? Save. Because a lot of people, they'll be wanting people that speak, fluent Spanish, or maybe it's just like, well, I want them to be conversational, or, basics fine. My Portuguese is super basic, and this is the thing, you've got the opportunity there to speak if you speak other languages, to list that as well. You never know when that's going to be coming in handy. I've noticed that in the trip section, everyone is traveling everywhere. They're not just traveling between Australia and Latin America. We have people traveling to Thailand, to France, to Switzerland, to lots and lots of different places. So if you have other languages there that might be relevant or of interest to people, be sure to put them in. All of your work experience and your education goes in there, and this is where any projects that you're involved with will appear here. So that's up here in the projects tab, but we'll get to that in another video. The last thing in here that I really want to show you is your portfolio. So basically this is where you can, and I've just dumped a lot of stuff in here just as an example for testing, but basically any graphics, any reports or anything that you've been working on that you want to store in here. If you're a photographer or anyone in graphic design or something that you want to show photos of your work, you can load photos very, very easily. Anything that you think is relevant in terms of your work, you can load here, be it videos, even if we want to load videos or images, anything at all. So to do that, we just click here and you just add files, add external file. It's that easy, create folder. So make sure you leverage that, particularly if you're wanting to showcase your knowledge or share your reports or whatever else it might be. We have this update from LinkedIn button here. This basically just updates or syncs your account with what's in LinkedIn. There's been some changes here and they're not bringing over as much information, but they are still bringing over information. So if you haven't done that yet, it's definitely worthwhile doing, because it saves you trying to maintain profiles in 2 locations. And otherwise in here, you've got just any of the activity that you've recently done. You can select your favorite users. So these are just events that I've launched or trips that I've logged within the platform. My events, so these are events that I'm attending. I don't know if we haven't got any coming up that I've registered to. In terms of past events that you've been to, if you want to go back and revisit, well, hang on, who was that speaker in that panel series? All of the events that you've attended will be available for you here. Okay, so that's about it for the setup. The most important thing, as I said, is just that you work through your profile info and you go through every section and really make sure that all of the data that is in there, click on all these pencils and make sure that you are as clearly defined in your head in terms of the exact experiences or industries or skills that you want to be found for, and plot them in. You don't need to constantly be updating this. Once that information's in, people will be able to find you quickly and easily. So let's stop there for now and move on to the next video.